Hello and welcome to the Celebrating Life podcast with Sony Thomas. Let me invite you to a small thought that can create a big impact for you in celebrating your life. In today's episode of Small Thought Big Impact, we explore the Strawman logical fallacy. Of the many types of logical fallacies, the strawman fallacy is particularly common in political debates and in discussions over controversial topics. The basic structure of the argument consists of person A making a claim, person B creating a distorted version of the claim, the straw man, and then person B attacking this distorted version in order to refute person A's original assertion. As a result, person A is left arguing the distorted version claimed by person B instead of person A's original claim. In personal life, making a decision is a popular time for strawman arguments to arise. For example, imagine a husband and a wife are trying to decide whether they should adopt a dog or a cat. Wife says, "I would rather have a dog than a cat." Husband, "Why? Do you hate cats?" Here the wife never said she hates cats, only that she preferred dogs. The husband either assumed or pretended that her argument was against cats instead of for dogs. Now the wife must argue that she does not hate cats, which completely changes the course of the discussion. This is a simple example of a strawman argument. I took notice of this kind of logical fallacy as I studied deeper into the communication challenges faced by leaders and couples. Understanding logical fallacies supports me in improving the relationship and leadership capacity of the people I help. Calling out the logical fallacies and actively bringing back the conversation to the core subject is a great skill that can counter strawman argument. Recently, as my son was putting on his shoes, I told him to pull up the back of his shoes. He had slipped on his shoe, but he had not pulled up the back end. His immediate response was, "You always want me to be a perfect child." I was taken aback. My natural instinct was to tell him that is not true and that I do not expect him to be perfect. But had I done that, I was deflecting from the issue, that is, pull up the back of the shoe. I gathered my thoughts and I explained to him how his favorite shoe will get destroyed if he does not slip the back up. He was happy with the explanation and we smiled. You might be either a victim or a perpetrator of this kind of argument. Whatever be, the simple truth is, using a strawman argument or being subjected to it in a relationship seldom has a positive end result. Be at home with your spouse or children or parents or siblings or at work with your boss, teammates, customers or colleagues. Strawman argument is fun to watch during a debate, especially during high-stake political charged arguments between rivals where sensationalism sways the vote. But in the bedroom or the boardroom or parliament, these kind of logical fallacies will develop mistrust, irritation, discontent, disconnection, despair, and displeasure. If you are a perpetrator in a relationship, give your partner the freedom to remind you of it. Or if you are a victim, have the courage to hold back your urge to defend but bring it to the other's notice. From personal experience and research, all I can say is the best way to counter a strawman argument is to call it out and reiterate your original point. Sadly, this may not yield great result all the time because the other person most often does not realize they are using a strawman argument as a communication device. So unless the other person is important to you and you have a personal growth accountability relationship with them, calling out a strawman argument might just aggravate the situation, or the other person will just disregard your point altogether and continue to attack you with the distorted version of the original statement. So how do you see yourself, a victim or a perpetrator of strawman argument? Celebrating life is about the journey, and if I have brought value to your journey of life, I urge you to share this small thought with a close friend, a family member, or even a colleague so we can together build a happier world. For more thoughts on celebrating life, I invite you to stay connected with us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the Celebrating Life community. Thank you for your time and make it a wonderful day.